First video of 2021, let's go! And for the first time in a long time, I didn't just disappear off of the face of YouTube for 3 months at the beginning of the year, so that's cool. Yeah, I know my upload schedule was kind of a train wreck last year. I'll try to do better this year, I promise. I actually have a lot of ideas for videos in the future. I won't bore you with it here. I think I'm just going to probably put everything I have to say into some sort of update video, so be on the lookout for that over the next week. Okay, we finally got a second trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's new high-budget production security breach at the NVIDIA Ray Tracing convention thingy. The NVIDIA people showed off a bunch of games with ray tracing, and Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach was one of those games, which explains a lot, because, I mean, have you seen them graphics? Just, So, we got the first trailer back in September, where we learned that the release date had been pushed back to 2021, like, literally everything else. So then today, Steelwool Studios finally showed off some new footage for the 9th Fnaf game.
Gregory. It's getting late. Let's get you home. And put you to bed. I see you.
Also, the trailer starts with some random old man talking for some reason. I don't know why. I'm not big into the NVIDIA lore. Anyway, let's get into analyzing this trailer, because that's what I do on this channel. Now, the trailer starts with a shot of the lobby area that we saw in the previous trailer, except this time it's a much wider shot, allowing us to see more of the area. So, the first interesting thing here is that there seems to be a gift shop called Glamrock Gifts. Now, the most interesting thing going on here, besides the adorable Chica stuffed animal, is probably that you can see a sun character on the back of one of these vending machine looking things. This creature will probably fit in with the moon from the last trailer, these two being some sort of duo act. On the other side of the lobby, there's a restaurant called the Pizza Pad, which seems to be some sort of bar type place, although I'm not 100% sure about that. Okay, next shot. We appear to be in some sort of Mexican-themed restaurant, with all the cliché Mexican decor such as cacti, sombreros, patterned flags, along with some arcade games and other typical tourist trap restaurant things. Now, this restaurant actually seems to be themed around El Chip, as if you look in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see El Chip's name, meaning that this is probably the infamous El Chip's Fiesta Buffet, previously mentioned in Ultimate Custom Night. And ooh, this is where things really get interesting. We see a robot roll by wearing a sombrero, and the robot seems to be holding a drink tray. It seems that it will most likely be serving people at the restaurant. Now, this seems to be a new concept for the FNAF universe, robots performing actual tasks instead of just entertaining kids. And it's interesting how the technology in the FNAF universe affects the rest of the world around it. Another connection can be drawn is between Ella and these robots. If you remember, Ella was also designed to serve drinks. And when people found out about Ella's ability to do this, they seemed pretty surprised. So we can conclude that robots serving drinks isn't a thing that exists yet in the FNAF universe. So Ella would have most likely been a prototype for this technology that we are now seeing in Security Breach. It's so interesting to see seemingly insignificant things in the FNAF universe eventually come back to affect major storyline points in future games like this. In the next shot, we get to see some sort of Fazbear-themed ice cream parlor. The main interesting thing going on here seems to be the robot waiter. Now, this points to an interesting conclusion, which is that the entirety of the mall is staffed by robots. Which, you know, means that when you're being chased around by a mob of rogue killer robots, there ain't going to be anyone to help you. And it seems that this entire mall seems to be ran and operated by Fazbear Entertainment. Like, as we are starting to see in the books, Freddy's is a much larger corporation than any of us thought. Like, they seem to have enough distinct brands to fill an entire mall. Of course, presuming that every outlet in the mall is owned by Fazbear Entertainment. But, like, apart from Freddy's Pizza, there's Baby's Pizza World, Chica's Party World, El Chip's Fiesta Buffet, Afton Robotics, Fazbear Frights, and many others, each of these presumably being their own brands with many locations. Okay, so now back to the robots. It seems that each robot is going to have its look for every area of the mall. Like, compare these relatively cute robots at El Chip's to the ones here, which literally look like SCP-173. Like, I ain't sleeping tonight. Mind you, not because I'm scared of that thing, mostly because I'll just be up all night working on this video. Yeah, I need a life. Now, it seems that there are two types of robots in the Fnaf universe. One's driven by souls of the dead, and one's driven by malevolent AI. Now, I think that these server and host robots from the new trailer will be AI driven, as if you remember from the last trailer, Vanny may have the ability to turn AI controlled robots against you. So these robots could possibly turn on you and become hostile. Now, this next shot does seem to be some sort of underground warehouse, similar to what we see in the last trailer. Maybe you'll come down here to do maintenance tasks as a sort of side quest similar to Sister Location. Here we get another shot in this underground sort of area, and a lot of people have said that this little room here will be your office. Now, we actually know that this is instead a board meeting room, as if you zoom in on that whiteboard, you can see a pie chart and a line graph along with drive new earnings being scrawled on the whiteboard. And that table and chair arrangement is very similar to what is normally seen in company boardrooms. So this room is where the executives meet and presumably talk about Fazbear Entertainment's finances, along with, you know, how to cover up the murders of all those children. Vanny's voice can also be heard throughout the trailer, inviting Gregory to come home with her, and PSA guys, if a strange woman in a fursuit ever asks you to come home with her and get into her bed, maybe don't do that. So anyway, a lot of people have pointed out that towards the end of the trailer, Vanny's voice changes to sound much less robotic and more human. Now, if you remember actually a couple of months back, Funko released images for a new set of toys for the game. Actually, were not leaks, thank God. And one of these showcased both Vanny and the security guard, labeling them both as Vanny or Vanessa, meaning that they are in fact the same person. So the voice change in the trailer would probably symbolize Vanny switching out of her Springtrap Bunny persona and into her Vanessa security guard persona. Now, one thing I did find very interesting about the current direction that the FNAF storyline is taking is the parallels that can be drawn between it and Westworld. Both stories center around an entertainment company creating futuristic robotic technology, with the entertainment business being a cover for much darker, significant schemes involving the robots. In each story, the robots grow increasingly self-aware, eventually becoming nearly unrecognizable from actual humans, and the catalyst for any of this is because a robot-obsessed old man wanted to play God and discover the secrets of life. Okay, so I know there wasn't too much to theorize off of in this one, however Scott Cawthon has hinted at a full gameplay trailer coming soon, so I can assume there will probably be a lot more to go off of in that one. As for a release date, anytime this year, I guess, and let's be honest, this game's probably going to come out well before Bendy and the Dark Revival, because I guarantee you that thing is going to be delayed till at least 2022. Thanks for watching, and if you actually made it to the end, could you please do me a favor and hit the like button to increase the engagement and watch retention and all that stuff that I pretend not to care about? And if you just found this channel and you like this video, then why don't you go down there and click the subscribe button to increase the arbitrary number on my screen. Alright, bye. I'll see you whenever the new Little Nightmares video is done.